Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel for yet another YouTube video. If you are guessing why do I have this bag here in my hand today, that's because for today's YouTube video I'm going to tell you about all the stuff that I pack in my carry-on bag while I'm traveling internationally. I'm also going to tell you why it is important to pack all this stuff, and in the end just give you a few general tips that you should keep in mind while packing your carry-on bag. So without getting too much into it, let's get started with the actual video. Well, if you are a total rookie to international travel, let me quickly explain all the terms out there to you so that it will be easier throughout the rest of the video for you to understand. First is a checked-in bag. Now this is the bag that you will check in at the check-in desk when you get your boarding pass, and you will only get this bag at your final destination. So it is not that good of an idea to put stuff that you will need during the flight in this bag. The second type of bag that you have is a carry-on bag that I will be talking about in this video, and that will look something like this, or it will be a backpack. It really depends on the airline's policies that you're gonna fly, so just make sure about that. But this is the bag that you're gonna have with you throughout the course of your flight, so anything that you will need goes into this, and I'm gonna be talking about in the video about all the things that you should put in this type of bag. So yeah, now that you know what is the difference between a checked-in bag and a carry-on bag, let's get back to the actual video. Okay, first things first, what backpack to use. Now I use this backpack from Adidas. This was actually gifted to me by my friend on my birthday last year, and I've been like totally obsessed with this backpack. I've used it on a lot of trips. I went to Orlando with this backpack. I used this as a carry-on when I was going back home to India, and of course I brought it back with me. I use this for school. So yeah, this is like a multi-purpose backpack, and it's not really big. It has like one big zip over here, a medium-sized compartment, and it has got like mini pockets everywhere, so it fits most of my stuff out there. Also, I would recommend having a medium-sized backpack over like a large backpack, because if you have a large backpack you tend to fill it up with most of your stuff, and then it becomes very heavy to carry, and if it's heavy then you will feel the pain in your shoulders when you're walking to the terminal, and that will make your journey uncomfortable. So I don't really recommend having those big backpacks, so a medium-sized backpack will be like a good choice for you. I will leave a few links down in the description below which you can check out for like the appropriate size backpacks if you like any of them. And also, as part of your carry-on package, you get like a mini suitcase along with your backpack, so most of your carry-on stuff will go into that suitcase rather than your backpack, so you don't even require like a big backpack. So yeah, definitely look for a small or a medium-sized backpack like this. So the second thing that you will have in your carry-on bag is a folder like this. So you know, as an international student, how many documents you have. You have your I-20, your passport, your CVS fee receipts, then you'll have to make copies of those. You'll have boarding passes, COVID tests. So there are a bunch of documents to take care of. So you definitely will want to get a folder like this one. This folder that you see right here, I bought it when I first came to the US. This one is actually waterproof. So if someone spills coffee or water over it by mistake, I don't have to worry about it because all my documents will be safe. Also, the one thing that I love the most about this folder is that this folder has compartments within. So like there is a small compartment for my passport. I keep a glue in here in case I have to stick pictures. There are also two pens over here, and then there is like I have dedicated a compartment to boarding passes and all the flight material, then one to all my documents, one for like letters that my friends and family gave me. So yeah, that way this folder has helped me keep all my stuff organized and also at hand, and I take this wherever I'm going. So you know, I just have to take this folder when I'm traveling instead of searching for everything. So yeah, definitely invest in a good folder while traveling, because it's also going to help you in the long run and also when you travel in the future. So the next thing that you should have is water bottles. Now of course you would want to stay hydrated during the entire journey, so I would recommend having two water bottles. The first one should be like a spill proof water bottle. This is the water bottle that I use on all my international trips. This is the one from Borosil. This is more like a thermos, so it keeps like warm stuff warm and cold stuff cool, and it's spill proof, so I don't have to worry about water spilling out of my backpack or anything like that. So definitely recommend having one like this. The second one that I recommend is having like a plastic water bottle, the ones that you get for 10 rupees in any shop. Get one of those, because if you have seen earlier videos videos on my channel, you will know water bottles like these are not allowed to be filled when you pass through security if you're transiting in Europe or in the US. So say you feel a little bit thirsty during transit, you can't have water in this, so it's a good idea to have like that extra plastic water bottle which you can sip on, and when you pass through security they'll most probably ask you to throw it in the trash, which is okay, because then you can go inside the main terminal and fill up this water bottle. So that way you will have like water throughout your journey and you won't be deprived of it, because these transits can sometimes be a little bit long. So yeah, definitely have 2 water bottles, one something like this and another one is a plastic water bottle which you can throw in the trash if needed. Next thing that I can't travel without are my headphones, and for headphones I use these AirPods Pro from Apple. Now I bought them for a really cheap price during the Black Friday sale last year, so of course I'm gonna brag about it, but also the noise cancellation that they offer is some of the best in the industry. So if you want to get rid of the baby crying in the background, or you can't sleep in the engine noise, you just turn on noise cancellation in the AirPods and it really helps. Also, who does not like listening to music or watching a movie? So you will find me connected to my AirPods on my iPad all the time and like watching a movie or something like that, because they make life so much easier. So I can never imagine boarding a flight without my AirPods. So yeah, definitely invest in good noise cancelling headphones or any sorts of headphones that you might prefer just to watch a movie or listen to music or whatever. But yeah, definitely have headphones with you when you're traveling such long haul flights. Now the next thing that I have in my carry-on bag directly complements my AirPods, and that is my MacBook and my iPad. Now these international flights are really long, so I get a whole lot of work done during them. I can finish a lot of video editing, script writing, or whatever I'm doing at that time. So that's why I always have my MacBook and iPad with me. But regardless of that, never ever put your electronics or valuable items in your checked-in bag, because these checked-in bags at times get lost and you might never see them again, or these bags are sometimes delayed. So it's always a good idea to have all your electronics or valuable items with you in your carry-on bag where you are responsible for them. Also, a very good tip that I always give is have some movie or show download on your device that you are carrying, so that you can watch it if you don't find anything on your in-flight entertainment system, and that is also why you should have good headphones along with it. So yeah, always have your personal devices with you during your flight. Next up is an extra pair of clothes. Now when I mean an extra pair of clothes, I mean like a sweatshirt like this, a hoodie, t-shirt, what you're comfortable in, along with some pants, shorts, whatever, and a pair of socks, undergarments. Now this is because say sometimes you tend to miss a flight and then you have a longer layover than you estimated, and you don't want to be in the same sweaty clothes that you have been throughout the day. Or sometimes you reach your final destination and your checked-in bags don't arrive, and that has all your clothes. So you might want to have at least one extra pair of clothes that you can sustain on for another day until your checked-in bags arrive. So yeah, it's definitely a good practice to have at least one, I say, but for safety purposes carry 2 extra pair of clothes that you can change into, but at least one in your carry-on bag, so that you are prepared for any emergency that might occur during your trip or after your trip. Another thing that you should have in your carry-on bag is a power bank like this. Now this power bank, I actually bought this a couple of years ago as a Christmas gift for my mom, but she never really used it, so I took this with me when I first came to the US. Now this is a 20,000 milliamp hour power bank, which means it can charge my iPad say 1 or 2 times and my iPhone a couple of times. So that is really good, and it has like a really good capacity. So I don't have to worry about running out of charge and like ever looking for like a power port. You will have power ports everywhere in the aircraft or even in the terminal of the airport, but sometimes they are not really reliable. So that is why you would always want to have a power bank, and you will at least use it once during your entire trip. So definitely have a good power bank like this one. I will leave the link to a few of them down in the description below, which are good and reliable ones. So yeah, definitely have a good power bank in your carry-on bag. Now if you're going to take a power bank, you would also take cables to charge your devices using that power bank. So that is why the next thing on this list is this cables organizer. Now as you know, I have a lot of devices. I have an iPhone, I have an iPad, I have a MacBook, I even have AirPods, so a lot of them require a lot of different cables to charge. So that is why I like to keep all of those cables in that cable organizer. I also have like a few extra power bricks and flash drives in there, so it keeps all of that organized and safe in there. Now I've recently not been using using that for travel because it is taking up a lot of space. So what I like to do is I like to just keep 3 important cables. The first one is this. Now this is my iPhone charger, so it can fit easily in my bag. So this is the first one that I have. The second one is this one. This is the Anchor mini charger, which is used for both my iPad and my MacBook, so that helps. The third cable out here, this one actually is connected with my power bank, so this is the only one that can fit in my power bank because this has like a USB-A port which my power bank uses, so that is why I use this one. But other than that, the rest of the cables, these two are interchangeable, so even if like one cable gets lost, I don't have to worry about it. So these are the only 3 cables I like to carry nowadays because it helps with space management in my carry-on bag. The next thing that I would recommend having in your carry-on bag is a hygiene kit. Now when I say hygiene kit, I mean stuff like a hand sanitizer or a mask, whatever you would want to have in order to keep yourself safe. And even though the COVID-19 pandemic is now slowly fading into the background and you don't need masks in a lot of countries, you can never be too safe, so definitely recommend having those. And one tip that I would like to give is that always have all of this stuff in like a small pouch or a bag so that it's all organized. So when I first came to the US, I was flying with Emirates and they gave me this really cool immunity kit with eye shades, a small toothbrush and paste, socks, all of that. And ever since then I've been using this kit given by them as like a travel pouch. So I put all of these items that I just mentioned inside this pouch, and I even have some items like socks and all, so this has become like my travel pouch. And I put all of the hygiene kits including some medicine which I might need, and this goes into my backpack, so it helps me keep my backpack organized as well as I know where all the things are in case I need them. So this is a very handy travel tip that you should know about while packing your carry-on bag. The next thing you will want to have in your carry-on bag is this universal power adapter. Now let me tell you a story. When I was coming back to the United States from a Christmas break, everyone knows by this time on this channel that I was stuck in Paris for almost 24 hours. But when I was stuck in Paris, I was not able to charge all my devices until I got into a hotel room, because apparently all the pins that are used in France are different from everywhere else in the world. So I tried my Indian chargers, I tried like my US chargers, none of them were working in there, and that was the only time I was traveling without a universal power adapter because I just left them in the US thinking I would never need them. So don't make the same mistake as me and always have a universal power adapter wherever you go, whenever you're traveling, because the pins in all these countries are different, and this one has like pins from like everywhere in the world, so you can charge your device using this wherever you are. So yeah, make sure you have a universal travel adapter with you wherever you're traveling to, because this one will come in very handy and you might not even know. So don't make the same mistake as me. Next up, food. Now food at airport terminals is really expensive, so avoid buying it as much as possible if you want to save money. So that is why I always recommend having a pack of biscuits, chips, crackers, chocolates, whatever you like, so that you can have it during transit, because you will be getting food during the actual flight and that will like fill up your stomach. But if you have a long layover, then carry food items so that you can rely on that instead of like purchasing stuff at airport terminals, which can get really expensive. And finally on this list of things that you should have in your carry-on bag is this neck pillow. Now this is a super underrated item and a lot of people think that they can go on a long haul flight without this, but once you start using this, you will always travel with a neck pillow. Now why I say this is very important is because you can put this around your neck and this really helps you to get some sleep, especially if you have a window seat. You can just put your head against this pillow and the pillow will lay against the window and you can get a very good sleep out there. And this really helps with that, because the pillows that the airlines will provide are not all soft, and by the end of it, if you don't travel with a neck pillow, your neck will start hurting. So definitely recommend having a neck pillow like this, because this will make your travel experience, your sleep on a flight 10 times much better than what it was earlier. So yeah, the final thing on this list is this neck pillow. So those are all the things that I carry in my carry-on bag while traveling international long haul, and those are the ones also that I deem very essential. So you might have seen I might have left certain stuff out like a pen or spectacles, but I feel this is common sense that everyone should carry. And if you think that something is very important to you and you cannot go the entire journey without it, pack it in your carry-on bag instead of your checked-in bag. But other than that, if you have any questions regarding carry-on bags or carry-on things, you can leave it down in the comments below and I'll try my best to answer it. And also I will be leaving a few product links down in the description which might help you with all the packing stuff. So if I find good alternatives, I will leave it down in the description so that you can buy them. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you get any value from it, and subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.